I like to eat at the Y down. No, but see, I gotta eat at the Y. But I gotta
Uh,
work on the lyrics, man. All right, Hector, we gotta get back to you, man. I got a show to do. Okay, man. Talk to you later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Don't change that dial. You got it on the morning sound off. Stand by. Mm-mm-mm. Hell to the yes. Good morning, everybody. Hey, don't go anywhere. This is the Spaniard keeping it tight. We're broadcasting live from Red Zone, the Green Zone, and everywhere in between. You've got on the morning sound off. And good morning, USA. With me, as always, is my faithful companion and Latin lover in training, Preacher. Good morning, Preacher.
Good morning, Spaniard. How are you on this fine Friday, January
Man,
8th, 2021?
super duper excited. I don't know. I'm feeling very like riled up. Man. I don't know if it's the coffee today or if Trophy Wife made some beautiful pasta last night. We had some seafood pasta and
Ooh,
I'm carved
nice.
up, man. So good
There you go.
morning, Marcus. Oof. So yeah, how
Good
about you, man? How
morning.
you doing? You look very
Yeah.
chipper, very alive this morning. How have you been?
Well, just running around this morning, man. I did a little more soccer last night, so running
Mhm.
around, getting the blood pumping that way. Slept pretty well. But it's I was able to get up and just start running this morning, and at that point, it was like, okay, I'm up, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. So you know,
Mm,
yeah.
right on. So was there any incidents last night during the soccer match, the football, el juego de fútbol?
Yeah, there was a little bit, just mouthing, little
Ooh,
chippiness.
wait.
You know,
What does mouthing mean? What does that mean? That sounds exciting. I'm interested.
uh,
Where do I sign up?
it's unfortunately it's not as exciting as you would think. It's the competitive juices flowing between competitors, and they just
Um,
start bitching at each other. So yeah.
no. And these are
But
men, I take it, or are you doing kids? Are these the
oh
kids'
no,
games?
this is what's considered family league. So it's
No.
essentially 18 to like 40.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
Wow.
before they hit the old guys, but after
Yeah,
they're out of high school.
I see.
So
Is there a women's league, or is there strictly a women's? Well, I mean, let me ask you
the,
this. I'm just out of curiosity. Do you
here's
prefer
the
to ref
here's
women
the
or men?
sad part. Here's the
Yeah.
sad part. So the
Yes.
women's league was Friday nights.
Mm-hmm.
And so every so often when I wasn't on the Friday Night Roundtable show, it was
Mm-hmm.
because I was doing the women's league.
Yeah, my
And
man.
they they kept requesting me as a referee because I would talk to them, I would explain to them why I'm making the calls I'm making. I'm trying to, trying to
Oh,
be
wait a
a
second. No, no, no,
sociable
no.
referee.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! You became their like their friend. You're what do they call that? You're where the chicks try to befriend the guy, and that you're like just the
I was
friend.
friend zoned. I was just friend
Yeah,
zoned,
you're a
man.
friend zone, man. That's what
I
they
was
were
the total
doing,
friend
man.
zone. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's
you got to be a little corrupt, man. You got to say, hey, I'm the ref, and if you want me to, give your game a little advantage next time, you have to do me, tit for tat. Come on, do it the Chicago way, dude. Everybody else is doing it.
no, but
Yeah, I thought the same thing, Doc. Competitive juices.
yeah, right.
I don't have a sound machine. I need a Rajesh here on the show. I'm
Oh
trying to
man.
work on that. So yeah, yeah.
um
Wow, look at this. We got a lot of people chiming in. Good morning there,
Morning.
Bob.
Wow.
Look
Hey,
at
good
that,
morning,
man.
everybody. Lorenzo, Doc,
Yeah,
Bob.
Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies
Um,
and gentlemen, Bob. By the way, he is the guy that's keeping America running, man. He's a trucker. He's a father trucker, I guess. He's on the
yeah.
roads, man, delivering the goods to your local tiendas, man.
But no, it was actually pretty good. But the issue with the women's league is that there was less and less interest. So it was down to like 4 teams, and then one of the teams said they wouldn't know if they had enough women to play, so they just kind of said no more women's league for the time being.
That's an
So
outrage. That's a disgrace. That's preposterous. Let's get those women back
yeah.
in the court, or not the court, the
So,
pitch. Let's
but
get
yeah,
those
no,
pitches on the
the
pitches.
the women's league was 28 and older.
Oh yeah, there you
So
go. Man. That's a right picking right there, my man. That's like going to the mall or that's like down over there. Yeah, that's like going to church on Easter and it's like a fashion show. There you go, my man. You got all the pickings. Try to see what you can do, man. Let's grease some palms. Let's get you to start reffing some ladies leagues.
I'm Hey, I'm fine with reffing ladies leagues. I was actually just approached last night to referee
Mm,
a youth league
yeah.
that's starting up in Northwest Indiana. So
Uh-oh. You gotta love the youth.
we'll see if maybe that opens a few more doors. So
Mm, you gotta love open doors, man.
hey, it as long as they allow me to pay the bills and to help me out, I am totally okay with that.
Hell yeah, man. Hell to the yeah. So, man, we're what? We're first week of January, first week of 2021, man. How's it
Yeah,
going for you? Is it starting to look better? Chime in, folks. I like to hear from you guys. What's going on? Is the resolution still? Was that still a thing? Are your all your Christmas gifts they returned? Ooh, we got some. Look, what does preacher got? What is that?
there we go.
That is beautiful. It says tomorrow is will be better
Tomorrow will
than
probably be better.
yeah. There you go. See, I can't see
Yeah.
my tiny
So
beautiful.
but I had to after what happened Wednesday, and we're not going to talk about that on this show. We'll talk about that tonight on the Friday Night Roundtable. But
Mm.
no, after what happened Wednesday, and sort of everything that's kind of going on right now, I figured this was an appropriate shirt to wear today.
Yeah, that is
So
beautiful. Nice.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. It's called the morning sound off, and we're encouraging people to sound off, which you can. I mean, if you guys got something you want to talk
absolutely.
about, bring it up, man. I'm all for it.
Yep.
Let's talk about it. That's what we're here for. But I figured, yeah, since that's all on the news, I mean, I got to tell you, man, we were glued to the TV Wednesday. It was a learning experience since we homeschool here at Ithaca Academy. It was a learning experience. Let's see, what
So
do we
much
got?
to be politically free on Friday nights, huh?
Yeah, let's see. What does
Uh,
Marcus say? A 21-day challenge with Patrick Deaver. Yeah, hell yeah. The
oh
company
yeah.
21
Yep.
day abs. Here we come. Well, let's see. I want to see the before and
Yeah.
after, Marcus. I want to see some results, man. I want to do
There
it. I
you
want to
go.
see. I want to be able to wash. I want to be able to wash my sexy drawers on your abs, man. And I want to
I
feel them.
definitely have the goods. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. So, what do we got? Doc is talking that, and yeah, he's got the goods, man. That's it. So, oh,
Doc, I just
Doc.
assume we're talking about it tonight because I know Ogre's going to be there, and that's just the way he goes. So he's got to push the button. He's got to push
Well,
the button.
since we're technically a veteran talk radio show, I wanted to talk about flag etiquette tonight. So I'm
Oh
hoping
yeah,
some people can chime in tonight to educate me on flag etiquette because I don't know we learned about that in elementary school and I guess it just
yeah, that's a
forgot
great school thing.
you
Yeah.
forgot about it. So yeah, hopefully we're going to talk about that tonight. We'll get some education on that and who
Hmm.
knows, we'll have some entertainment news and what have you.
I do
But yeah,
have some good news today.
ooh, you got me.
Um, so I was looking around for other things going on. Um, but so here's something that just came out yesterday. It's probably not being talked about a lot, but the
Mhm.
Pfizer vaccine, the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine that everybody seems to be getting.
Yeah.
Um, so everybody's kind of been worried about the new coronavirus variants that have been coming out. England had this whole thing that shut them down for a while. People were worried because we were seeing it, pop up in Colorado and California, and it was in the Chicago area. Well, the Pfizer vaccine appears to be effective against that coronavirus variant.
Oh shit. What does
Yeah.
that mean?
Well, so in lab tests right now, where they
Mhm.
expose the virus to the vaccine,
Yeah.
it's actually showing that it's destroying it. It's getting rid of it. It's actually effective against these highly contagious variants of the coronavirus.
Mm, man.
So, I mean, it appears that the vaccine is actually a little bit more broader, if broader, it has a broader effect than was previously thought. So
It's a
it
good
looks
thing.
like, yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah. That's
So,
finally some good news, man.
yep.
I did you hear about that news about the not to bring it up, but I was just wondering I didn't get to get the full story, but I guess there was some locations where the vaccine was being stored that the freezers broke
Yeah.
and there was a lot, I don't know, did they dispose of those or did they have to like hurriedly
So
and send those out?
interesting. So the two stories that I have heard of specifically. So one of them was a dumbass that intentionally left out the like 200 doses of it
Intentionally.
intentionally because he
All
was an
right.
ass.
Oh my goodness,
Um,
you said an A word. My
yeah, I
goodness.
know. Well,
All right. Let's get you
here's
going.
here's the thing with that one. That guy got
Yeah.
fired instantaneously as soon as they
Yeah.
found out about it. He was fired. They were unable to use those doses. However, there was a hospital in, I'm trying to remember the exact story. I think this was a hospital somewhere out east. I want to say like Massachusetts or Connecticut.
Massachusetts.
And they had
Those are 2 words I still can't spell. Massachusetts and Connecticut. Still have a bad time. Anyway, continue. Back to you.
but they had like 350 doses that needed to be used and the freezer broke. So they administered something they administered all the doses in like less than an hour or less than an hour and a half so that the
Yeah.
vaccine was still effective. So they were cranking people through as fast
Yeah.
as they could so
Good
that they
for
could
them.
still use the doses rather than,
Yeah.
having to throw anything away.
Now,
So
are they still in needle form, or have they transferred to booster shot, like those booster guns?
no, this is still needle form.
Oh
So
man,
they have the little vials. There are, it's still relatively needle form. And also the Moderna vaccine, which is the second one that came out.
yeah,
That one they're actually doing tests right now to see if that dosage can actually be cut in half.
mm,
To actually double the doses that they currently have. Because
yeah,
if they can cut it in half, then every vial will be for twice as many people.
yeah.
So they can get it out that much quicker.
That would be nice. Yeah, I know a lot of people like the frontline people, the nurses, the doctors, the EMTs, all the first responders are getting them now, and I think they're getting closer to doing the second round. So hopefully,
Mhm.
I spoke to a mutual friend of ours. He came out of hiding, but we were having a discussion. He is a medical professional. He did get the vaccine,
Mhm.
and he is saying that I don't know if I mentioned this before on the show, but we still got to tell the people, just because you got the shot, these other folks that are getting the shot. I mean, the medical people understand this, but the other folks that don't doesn't give you carte blanche. You go back out there and do things back to normal again. You still got to maintain the social distancing, wear a mask, until you get that second dose, and even still, it's going
Mhm.
to take time. So it's like I just want people to understand. We're not out of the woods just yet. All right. I mean,
Mhm.
just look at it as a winter time. Let's just stay in as much as we can. Let's focus. If you're still doing food, go to takeout. It's we still got to maintain it, man. Because I'd love to go back to the beach again, man. I miss it. I miss the beach. I miss hugging. I miss what else do I miss? I miss bike shows. I miss those driving by the auto shows. When they have those
Mhm.
when they have those hot rods. And
Mhm.
it's just like, but again, and then meeting interesting people and just and then walking away from them and not returning ever again.
Mhm.
So it's just kind of nice. I miss those days. What do you miss, dear preacher?
What do I miss? I miss a lot of things. I miss oh man. I miss the ease of access to sports, especially being a referee. Um, you know, uh, yeah, I just being able to, be with the rugby people, be with other soccer people, being able to, have a living because IHSA is still talking about shutting everything down and not having sports again.
Yeah.
Um, so well, actually, I should say IHSA wants to play the sports. So the high school association wants to play the sports. Pritzker's not allowing them to. And
Oh,
it's not been anything that the legislature has said. There's been no law passed. This has all been done through executive order.
oh,
So I'm a little perturbed about that. But I mean, like, interstate travel is also kind of tough. Um, I mean, I go to Indiana just because Indiana, first of all, most of the work that we have is in Indiana. It's not like I'm going there
intruder.
just, to,
Yeah. No, you're
cough on people.
intruder,
But
intruder. Hey, honey,
German,
here's one of them. He's one of them. Look at him. Get
yeah, I'm
him.
one of them.
He's got weed. He's got weed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's legal where I come from. Um,
Yeah.
but
Lucky.
no, but I'm actually in March. I'm supposed to head to Florida for a convention, and
Mm,
I got to make sure that, okay, do I have to have this or that, or am I supposed to quarantine? Am I supposed to do this? What are the, all this stuff that I didn't have to worry about before
yeah.
now instantaneously becomes relevant. So it's all
Yeah.
the extra hoops, it's all the extra stuff, it's all the, hearing hearing the roar of fans in an NFL football stadium, and now there's nobody. Now it's all this generic piped in crap that the TV company is doing. It's like I just I can't, I want to get back to this normalcy as fast as possible. And I mean, are we still going to see remnants of it? Are we still going to see, plastic shields and maybe gloves in more places? And maybe. I mean, I think there still will be holdovers that way, but I still don't. I don't think I pray that one of the things I desperately need is that human connection. Even during just basic transactions, like going to McDonald's or going, something like that, seeing someone's face, looking them in the eyes, seeing that smile. And there are people with happy eyes, there are people with sad eyes. You can kind of see that, but like seeing someone smile, it lifts my day. Okay. It genuinely does.
It does. It sure does, man. Case in point, like, yeah, it does, man.
Yeah, but I mean, going to see even going to the store, you accidentally bump into somebody. Oh, sorry, the interactions you have with humanity, and that just doesn't happen right now. It doesn't happen at all. You're cooped up and you're trying to do social interaction, but a Zoom meeting, a webcam thing is completely different to actually talking, meeting, being with people. And we're starting to realize that, I think. That's one of the things, and me going to church, that's one of the things I was so desperate for to go back to church, was because you can listen to a sermon or a lecture or whatever you want to call it through a webcam, but that interaction with the people around you, the connection that you get with the old people and the young people and the kids and that sort of plugging yourself in and getting refreshed from the people around you is something that I so desperately needed, and I didn't realize it until I wasn't able to go to church for 3 months. And now I'm there, and it's like, okay, I'm part of this. I realize I'm part of this. I want to be part of this. And seeing people, even though we're still doing the social distancing, the masks and everything else, there's still that extra step there that allows me to be part of a community and to be able to breathe life into people and have them breathe life into me. And you don't get that just staring at a webcam and staring at a computer screen, sadly.
Yeah, if you pay extra, I guess you could, but yeah, I feel you. Yeah, case in point, man. Get this. So I got some people here to on the acreage on the what are we calling this? Ithaca Acres here. They're on the compound, and they got the big trucks. They're here to cut the tree limbs to secure the so it doesn't fall on the power lines. So they've been planning this for a while. Like, they were here in August doing their recon and marking the trees. Well, they're finally here. They came yesterday. And so I went out there, just to kind of see how long they were going to be out and if they needed anything, and to move my truck. And I was happy to talk to humans, man. It was weird. It was really, really weird. And get this, they spoke Spanish. One guy was from Peru and the other guy was from Honduras. So I got to speak Spanish for a change, it's weird because I haven't been able to, it's like I haven't spoke Spanish to people for work. I mean, I used to be, used as a translator, not a very good one, but I was the closest thing they got. And it was weird. I haven't had to speak Spanish that much. And so it was really cool to learn their story. I mean, they were just asking me, if I could move my truck, but in that short little period, I was able to learn a lot from them, man. And I was like, hey, if you need, want any coffee or anything. And it was just nice, man. Plus I wanted them to know, because I mean, you'll learn soon enough when you come on property. Well, I shouldn't give away all my secrets, but it looks pretty intense. Like when you walk on the property, you're like, oh shit, you get that feeling like my next step could be my last. So it's pretty, it's pretty heavily guarded. There are booby traps, there are cameras, there are motion sensors, but I'm not going to tell you where. There's crossbow arrows pointed on certain trails that if you trip it, it's like it's like Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of shit. I got tunnels. It's craziness. So I wanted to make sure that they didn't go off the path. I had to give them the American Werewolf in London speech that just don't go off the road, man. Stay on the road. Whatever you do, do not. I say again, do not go off the road. And they got it, man. I think they understood. And so yeah, it was funny. I was getting some stuff ready here in the studio, and they came to the door, and Trophy Wife answered, and she said, "Hey, honey, are you and my boyfriend?" I'm like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, the guy, he said, hey, he said he knocked on the door. He's like, 'Can I see your boyfriend?' I'm like, "Oh, so I'm your boyfriend?" I'm like, "Cool. All right." So we role play, baby. So yesterday was a fun day here. Very fun day here at the Spaniard Castle, with role play Wednesday. We have to make that on a new issue, a new thing. So that was my story. So hey, before we
could talk about that on your new show on WJOB, right?
Yeah, we're gonna bring that up. Oh God, yeah, that reminds me. Hey, thank you there, preacher. Little production notes. If you want to chime in and you want to be heard, call in to the radio show today. I think they're still going. I know they have a congressman on right now. He's on the show, and I'm not sure if he was at the Capitol when this whole shit went down, but he's over there right now. So I'm not gonna sure if our show is gonna be bumped or not. But if you do, check us out on the WJOB page. Just keep looking. Look for Veterans Views. I'll be on there. With the rest of the crew. We're going to be talking about this probably, but that's at 9:05 Central Time, 104.7 FM, 12:30 AM in the Chicagoland, Hammond, Indiana area. And then tonight, you get to see myself in this beautiful, man, your face is looking good. Your skin is just like, man, using like some kind of skin cream. But you get to see Preacher's beautiful face again here, myself, with the rest of the crew. And tonight, we're going to talk about some more crazy shit. So you get to chime in as well and join us. So also, we got some production notes here. We are still working on Preacher's new sports show. He is working on getting a panel together. So if you're still interested in jumping on the show, reach out to him. Let him know. You know where to find him. You know where to find us. And what else do I got? Yes, later on today, I'm going to be working on some other projects with some new stuff that we're working on. So thanks for all your responses. Keep them coming. And thanks for all your support. But real quick before I give it to Preacher, do you have any sports news to talk about today at all?
Do have a couple of things. The big thing now.
Yeah, well, before I head over to you, I wanted to just give you guys a quick public service announcement. I think most of the people that watch are guys. Guys, Valentine's Day is next month, okay? And I just wanted you to get you prepared. Trophy Wife and I are experimenting with some stuff. One of the things we're looking at is movies that encourage that, that lovely feeling. So I highly recommend Pieces of a Woman. It's a good love story. It's very intimate. The opening scenes are very romantic, very sexual. So if you haven't seen it yet, it sets the mood. I think it's over on the Netflix. It's called Pieces of a Woman. It's very sexy. Do not watch it around the kids. But yeah, highly recommended, guys. You could learn a lot from it. So how to please a woman, and check it out. I give it a 2 thumbs up, and a couple other things up. Check it out. Because again, Valentine's Day is coming, man. You got to love, man. You got to learn how to love. So some good pointer tips. I'll have some more movies and other entertainment news as the weeks get closer to Valentine's Day for that special night. Because who knows, you may not be able to go out anywhere, so you might have to eat out in. Get it? But Tom. And now we head over to the Preacher with his famous, world-renowned, and how many awards have you won so far? I can't remember.
Nominated, but I don't know if I've won anything yet. I'm still waiting. Committee's out on that one. So. Get to the headlines of the big story coming up this weekend, which is NFL playoffs. But right now we're going to talk about basketball, NCAA men's basketball. That's right. March Madness is coming up. It's still got another month, but just to see kind of where pieces are falling, looking at some scores coming up. Number 9, Tennessee defeated Arkansas 79-74. Michigan and Minnesota was the big game on Wednesday night. Michigan ranked number 10, Minnesota number 16. Michigan pulls out the win quite easily, 82-57. Number 2, Baylor beats Oklahoma 76-61. Last night, number 1, Gonzaga defeating BYU 86-69. Nice.
Oh, I love that score. I love that score.
Uh-huh. Number 8, Wisconsin defeated Indiana 80-73, and Illinois over Northwestern 81-56. The upset of the night last night was number 17 Oregon losing to Colorado 79-72.
Oh my. Beautiful scores.
Tonight, Michigan State and Purdue play. Tomorrow, there's a couple of big games. Number 4, Texas taking on West Virginia. Number 11, Houston taking on Tulane, and number 6, Kansas taking on Oklahoma. There's a couple of trash games too, like Gonzaga's playing Portland for whatever reason.
Okay.
And yeah, so some interesting ones, some ones. But let's get to the real story here. The NFL playoffs, the super wild card round going on this weekend. So first we're going to talk about the games, and then we're going to talk about the bets. So first one, so we got 3 games on Saturday and we got 3 games on Sunday. First game Saturday afternoon is the Colts and the Bills. Colts with Phillip Rivers going into a interesting kind of playoff thing. They were a wild card team. The Bills coming off very strong. They've won the last 8 in a row. In fact, they would be like 10-0, except for the Hail Murray, where Kyler Murray threw a ball into the end zone to miraculously win that game. But then you also have the Rams playing the Seahawks in the afternoon game. It's a triple header. So you got Colts and Bills, then you got Rams and Seahawks, and then at night you got Buccaneers and Washington. Will Tom Brady be able to solidify his status as the GOAT by defeating the Washington team, the only team in this year's playoffs that has actually got a losing record? Losing record.
That's craziness.
Oh, man.
Craziness in sports.
Yep. And then Sunday, we've got the Ravens and the Titans, followed by the Bears and the Saints. And then finally on Sunday night, the banger of them all, the Browns and the Steelers. The Browns beat the Steelers last week to make it into the playoffs. And then this week, they're playing again, this time at Pittsburgh, to see who's going to the divisional round. So taking a look at the games and the betting odds. These are from ESPN. So by the way, if you are interested as to betting odds and things like that, I will be having another sports show coming out shortly. But that being said, if you are, let's say you're the exec of some betting company, if you would like some rep as to what your odds are and maybe some a little bit of publicity, by all means, get in touch with Black Sheep Bravo. We will be looking for a sponsor for the betting odds coming up on our sports show. But Saturday's games, taking a look real quick. The Buffalo Bills are favored by a touchdown over the Indianapolis Colts. And to be honest, I think that's about right. The defense of the Colts was renowned throughout the year. Phillip Rivers is getting kind of old, and he can't really play off script. I'm giving it to Josh Allen and the Bills to put up at least a 10 over the Colts. So I'm giving it to the Bills, and they're going to cover the spread. The Seahawks and the Rams are a tough one. The Seahawks are currently leading by 4.5 points. I'm kind of going to say the Rams are going to cover. I don't think that Russell Wilson has that offensive ability when the Rams have the number 1 defense in the league. So I'm going to say that the Rams are going to cover. I don't know if they're going to exactly overtake the Seahawks, but I do think that Goff is going to play well enough for them to get within a field goal. Nice. And finally, Tampa Bay and Washington, last game on Saturday. That one, Tampa Bay's up by 8.5. Honestly, I think it's going to be closer than that. Washington's strength is their front 7. The back end is okay, not great. But Tom Brady, he's starting to click. But look for Gronk to get a little bit more workout as that front 7, especially Chase Young, who said, I want Tom after that game. I think they're going to get after Brady. So
Get at it.
but that's going to be our Saturday's game. Sunday's games we'll talk about on, well, we're going to talk about that on the sports show coming up a little bit later today. I'm going to give you a preview
Ooh,
of what
right
it's going
on.
to look like.
I'm
And I
excited.
will do Sunday's betting odds for that one.
Nice. I'm excited. Yes. Look forward to that. All right, folks. Another Friday morning under our belt. Thank you for tuning in and not tuning out. And we love all the support and all the comments. Tell your friends, tell your family. We'd love to hear from you more because this is your platform to hear from you, to sound off right here on Black Sheep Bravo. But before we leave you this beautiful Friday morning, January 8th, 2021, we do final thoughts. So, preacher, what is your final thought for today?
My final thought for today, oh man. With the shit show that's been going on, and I'm talking about the shit show in general, 2020 was a year that blindsided us. 2021 has yet to blindside us. We kind of know what's coming up. We're still in the midst of the pandemic, and we're still trying to deal with that. Politically, there's supposed to be a shift in the power structure and the power struggle that's going on, and we're kind of seeing the aftermath of that. So, to be honest, with all the seriousness going on, with all the struggle going on, with all the strife going on, find a place today that you know is a safe space. And I'm not talking about some safe space where there's, no bad. I'm talking about find a place where you can be secure, whether that's at home, whether that's in a study, whether that's, you know, uh, even though it's cold outside, maybe you need to go for a walk in a park for a little bit. Find a place where you can recenter, rebalance, take a breath, and find that little spark that allows you to be you in today's society. Breathe in and breathe out. That's my final thought. How about you, Spaniard?
Oh, there you go. My final thought is this: make sure you use proper skincare if you're going out. Take care of your lips. Yeah, proper key to make your skin last a lot longer. That is my final thought. So there you have it, folks. You guys have a great day. Be nice to each other and yourself. We'll see you later. This is the Spaniard. Keep it tight. Let me make sure I got my buttons ready. We're gonna do that. Have a great one.
Push that button.